I caught my wife in bed with another man, and this happened.
Being in love is probably one of the most beautiful things in life, but it's also one of the most dangerous. Life is about taking risks. I get that. I joined the Marines as an enlisted man and worked my way up to corporal. I've worked hard, and I'm proud to be here. My goal was to stay in the Marines for the rest of my life, or at least that's what I wanted. But now I'm in a tough spot. I married my wife 3 years ago. Back then, I was head over heels in love with her. Everything she did brought a smile to my face. The way she looked at me, her smile, her laugh, even the way she played with her hair. I loved everything about her. But now, I'm not sure I love her anymore. I was deployed for 8 months, and while I was away, the guys at the base would constantly talk about how women only marry soldiers for the benefits, healthcare, education, vacations, all of that. They'd joke about how wives cheat while their husbands are deployed, bringing friends home while we're out serving. I never paid attention to that talk. I thought, not all women are like that, right? But now I'm not so sure. It's not my place to say every woman is like this, but my perspective has shifted. When I finally flew home, after a grueling 12-hour flight, I couldn't wait to see my family, my wife, and my beautiful little girl. Being away from my daughter feels like a gut punch every day, but hearing her voice keeps me going. I was so excited to see them again. When I walked into the house, though, no one was there. I sat down, waiting for them to come back. I tried calling my wife, but she didn't answer. No texts, no calls, nothing. Then I heard some noises coming from the basement. I went to check, and as I opened the door, I heard a man's voice, moaning. I crept downstairs quietly, thankful that the carpet muffled my steps, and there she was. My wife was giving oral to a guy I went to high school with. We weren't best friends or anything, but we knew each other. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I didn't mess around. I jumped into the room and hit him. Not brutally, but enough to give him a black eye and a busted lip. He knew she was my wife. He knew I was deployed. My wife screamed at me to stop, apologizing over and over. From that moment, I couldn't stay in that house anymore. It wasn't my home, just a place full of ruined memories. My brothers at the base were right about marriage, about my wife. I told myself I'd never trust her again, and if I divorce her, I'm not sure I'd ever bother getting married again. Yes, we're still married. This didn't happen that long ago. I regret staying with her every single day. When she smiles at me now, I look away. When she hugs me, I don't return the gesture. If she tries to kiss me, I turn my head. Before I deployed, we loved trying new things together, traveling to different states to eat at the best-rated restaurants. We haven't done anything like that since. I'm just not in love anymore. When I mention divorce, she begs me not to leave. She apologizes with fake tears, swearing she'll never do it again, telling me she loves me. She admitted she slept with him 3 times while I was gone. Only 3 times? Yeah, right. Honestly, I've probably been the most distant husband in history. She cries, telling me how much she misses me, how what she did was a mistake, and how she'll do anything to make things right. She keeps suggesting counseling, but I won't go. Counselors will just tell us to make amends, and I'm not willing to touch her or even look her in the eyes for more than a second. The only reason I haven't filed for divorce yet is my daughter. She's my life. She looks so much like me, my eyes, my ears, even my blonde hair. I don't need a DNA test. Even if she weren't biologically mine, she's still everything to me. I'd never leave her. One of my brothers at the base didn't rub this in my face. He told me I'm ruining my life with the wrong person. He said if I don't divorce her, I'll stay unhappy when I could find someone who truly deserves me. Maybe he's right. I just want to go back home. But because of this pandemic, it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. Wishing everyone out there the best. Stay safe and stay home. Update. So I came back to Reddit. I saw so many messages asking for an update. 103 personal messages and over 130 comments. It's impossible to reply to them all. I might as well update every subreddit I posted in. Hopefully it wasn't too many. Anyway, I've been dealing with a lot. I went through a tough divorce, but I've always had my little star by my side. My daughter comes to me, hugs me, and tells me she loves me. She's my healing force. After a few long and painful months, I'm starting to feel much better, but there's still a lot to push through. Honestly, the pain I endured during boot camp doesn't even compare to this, but I survived that, so I'll get through this too. And I have my little star with me, keeping me strong. Who knows, maybe I'll meet someone else someday, but it won't be anytime soon. I've learned two big lessons. You can't always trust people, and marriage often feels like a waste. But wow, what matters most now is being there for my daughter and myself. I hope you're all staying safe. You'd be surprised at how many people are still getting sick out there.
I was dual military, and in the last month before leaving the Army, I found out my partner was cheating. It's so true that infidelity happens way more often when you're in the military. I had plenty of opportunities, but never acted on any of them. My husband, on the other hand, took advantage of almost every chance he got, or at least that's what he says. I only found his massages on Tinder, and while it seems like they never actually met up, they did exchange Snapchats. So who really knows? I love my daughter, but I regret putting her in this situation. It's tough, but there are women who don't care about the benefits. It's just a gamble. And that really sucks. Honestly, I'm in a similar position. I stayed, but I don't feel anything for him anymore. I just see him as a friend now, which I guess is progress. Haha. Nowadays, he tries much harder to stay in touch when he's away, checking in all the time. And while I appreciate it, I often think to myself, you really messed up before. Sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time with him, but at least he's making more of an effort now. We've been doing therapy, and it's been helpful. I'm in both individual and couples counseling. Since he's away a lot, we don't do as much couples therapy as we should. It took 3 different therapists before I found one who didn't just try to make me forgive him, but instead looked at the bigger picture of what led to this. Not to blame me, but to see what was wrong in the relationship before the cheating happened. The last time we went, we actually talked about the infidelity for the first time. Even though I'm still unsure if he was being entirely truthful, he admitted he wasn't ready for marriage. It doesn't excuse what he did, but it helped me feel a little better for some reason. Maybe I'll fall back in love with him. Maybe I won't. If I decide to stay, I'll do my best not to remain unhappy. And if therapy and time don't help, I'll leave. We also used to love trying new restaurants and stepping out of our comfort zone. It took me 9 months to even want to go out to dinner with him again in that way. It's been a year since he cheated, and while I don't hate him anymore, I'm definitely not in love either. I do appreciate his efforts. It's nice, but I'm giving it more time to decide if I want to leave completely. Try doing something to see if you can stop feeling the way you do. It's not your fault she cheated, so why should you be the one suffering for her mistakes? The sad truth, P, is that you will never, ever be able to look her in the eyes and see even a hint of innocence again. Betrayal will always be there in the back of your mind. Every time you leave, you'll imagine that guy back in your bed with your wife. If it's not him, it'll be someone else. Cheating wives are well known around the base. Even if you hear that your wife is coming to visit, that information spreads long before you're assigned to a post. Military folks love to gossip, and news of someone being available travels fast. It could even hurt your chances of promotion. No one wants a loose spouse causing chaos in the sergeant's mess. The decision is yours, Zippy. Best of luck.